Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. Matt Walsh is the producer of the film What is a Woman, which was a great mockumentary. I mean, it's actually some really interesting conversations that were not spoofs. It wasn't Spinal Tap, but I mean, it's just, my favorite was when he's talking to an African tribe and he's telling them about sort of American culture and they're just laughing hysterically.
That was good.
Anyway, building on the success of What is a Woman, he has now got a new film that premieres September 13th in theaters. Am I a Racist? Here's a little piece of the trailer.
Let's be clear what's happening in this country. It's Nazism. Republicans are Nazis. You cannot separate yourselves from the bad white people.
Growing up in the 90s, I never thought much about race. Sure, you noticed, but never really seemed to matter that much, at least not to me.
Being a white, straight, cisgender man is the top of the pile.
I'm on the top of the pile. That's me. Am I racist?
I would really appreciate it if you left.
I'm trying to learn.
Matt Walsh, host of The Matt Walsh Show at dailywire.com. Again, the film Am I Racist? September 13th, it premieres. Matt, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me.
One of the things, just not to give too much away, but one of the things that's remarkable to me, just watching the trailer, is people that have some profile, like Robin DiAngelo, the author of White Fragility, who do sort of no background checking, are so happy to sit down and interview you, and you're essentially mocking her to her face, and they don't realize it. It shows sort of the thickness of the bubbles on the left.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I get this question a lot. Obviously, is how do we manage to get in the room with these people? And in this, in the first film, What is a Woman, it's kind of the same thing. But in this film in particular, we get into some places that you wouldn't think would welcome me in particular, or people that you wouldn't think would want to sit down. And how did we get them to do that? And the answer is that is exactly what you just said. I think that they live in kind of a bubble where they're never challenged. And I think the possibility that they might be in a room with someone who doesn't already agree with them on everything is kind of unthinkable to them. And then also, they're in it for the money. And one thing we do in the film is anytime we have someone like Robin DiAngelo appear, we put up on the screen how much we paid her to appear in the film, because to us, that's part of the story, is that these people are in it for the money. And if you pay them, they're willing to overlook a lot of stuff. And maybe they regret that now. I don't know, but we'll see.
Oh, that's interesting. The mercenary piece of it too. No, that's very expository. And so somebody who watches this, what's the desired takeaway?
There's kind of a lot that you could take from it, but I guess like the basic point here is that the so-called anti-racist industry, the DEI industry, and it goes under different names, and I'm sure they'll stop using the phrase DEI soon enough. But all of that, it's a scam. It's a big grift, and they are interested. Those people are interested in maintaining racial divisions, resentment, suspicion. That's what they want, because they profit off of it. There's a lot of influence and power to be gained from it. And if those people were to shut up and go away and kind of leave normal Americans to their own devices, we wouldn't end up in any kind of racial utopia, because that's just not possible. But I think things would be basically okay. Like, most people wouldn't care that much. They wouldn't be focused on racism. It wouldn't be a big part of most people's lives if these grifters would just shut up and leave them alone, which they won't, because again, there's money and power for them.
So what happens when they realize it's you?
Well, there's only one scene in the film where they realize while the cameras are on that it's me, and they responded by kicking me out of the room and calling the police.
Police.
So that's what happens. But for most of these interactions we had, they didn't. We left and they thought everything was fine. and they probably started to realize what was going on when the trailer came out, I guess.
It's amazing that it only
Now
takes
are they reaching out?
it only takes a man bun to fool these people. The theatrical distribution, how difficult was that to get?
Actually, it was not as difficult as you might expect. We were expecting potentially some pushback on that, but we found that the theaters were very willing to take the movie, and I'd like to say it's because it's a good movie. It's an entertaining movie, and the theaters want people to come and watch movies. They want to make money off of the movies. Actually, the only real kind of problem we ran into, the real obstacle was not so much the subject of the film as we thought it would be, but just the fact that the movie is still technically a documentary. And so at first the theaters said, well, look, people don't show up to watch documentaries in theaters. So we'll give you a few screens, but you're going to have to prove that there's interest in this film, and we'll expand it. And over the last few weeks, the interest has been enormous, and we've sold a lot of tickets pre-sale, and they've expanded the release of the film, exponentially. So it's been great.
Excellent. Matt Walsh is the host of the Matt Walsh Show at DailyWire.com. He is the producer of the film What is a Woman, and his new film premieres September 13th, at theater near you, Am I Racist? Check it out, Am I Racist? Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh, thanks so much.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Good luck with the film. And he joined us on our turnkey.
With things you don't know about or even need. If you're close to retirement, but you don't have a plan customized to your goals, it's like kind of taking a 30-year vacation with no idea what's in the suitcase. Sounds like a stressful way to begin what should be a relaxing time. Tom Fortino at Alpha Wealth Group can help you